Hello, darlings, and welcome to our special edition of Pastors' Wives Tell All, where we three, Jessica,
Jenna, and Stephanie,
spill the tea on Thursdays.
Grab some coffee or a pot of tea and listen in for all the tips and tricks and random facts you never knew you needed.
Until now. Hello there, and welcome back to Pastors' Wives Tell All, where we spill the tea
On Thursdays.
Today we have two, not just one, two special guests, and one of them happens to be a male, which doesn't happen often.
Yes.
Other than our husbands. And so Scotty, who is not the male, she is the female, and Keith, welcome to Spill the Tea.
Thank you. Thanks for
We
having me.
would love it if you could start us off with a joke, Keith.
I just thought about my joke, but it's inappropriate.
Oh my gosh!
But no, because then
that's good.
somebody could stutter and it
It's
could
fine.
be offensive.
It's all in good fun. Go ahead.
It's fine.
If you don't tell it, I will.
Ooh, I like it.
All right.
Oh, she's doing it.
So there's this guy named Joe, and Joe just really needed a job. He just really needed to make some money. And so he found this job selling Bibles. The only tricky thing is that he had a stutter. Well, he went up for his interview, and the guy interviewing him was like, I don't know how well this is going to go because, you might have a little trouble explaining, why people need to get a Bible or whatever. And he's like, no, I'll do fine. It's fine. Well, the first week goes by. Joe's selling the Bibles. He's breaking records, and the boss is like, this could just be a fluke. I'm not quite sure. The second week goes by, the third week, finally a month, and this guy has shattered records all over, right? And the boss brings Joe in. He's like, Joe, what's your secret? How are you selling all these Bibles? And Joe says, stop it. Joe says, well, I tell them. Either they buy a Bible or I'll read it to them.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
That's amazing. I have never heard that before. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much.
Wow.
Oh my heavens. Hey friend, we will get right back to our episode, but we want to take a moment and thank our patrons. You guys keep our podcast going.
If you are not a patron and you would like to consider donating to our podcast ministry, we would be so grateful, and we might even do a happy dance.
When you become a patron, you get perks like being the first to hear about special info and retreats. You get bonus episodes, monthly devotionals, lock screens, and more.
Plus, we have added a new $1 tier for those who believe in us and what we're doing, just because you love us.
So head on over to our show notes and click on the Patreon link to learn more. Now let's get back to our episode.
Okay, guys, we've done one joke, and now, for a pastor wife and a pastor, the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you.
Yeah, I can tell the most embarrassing thing that happened to my husband.
I like it.
Oh,
Do it.
Happened on our honeymoon, and we met and married, 4 months, 28 days. And so we were able to go to Hawaii for our honeymoon. And so my husband really wanted to do snorkeling, right? And so we got all the snorkeling gear, and we're sitting, maybe 10 yards from the ocean on the beach. And I started to put on my flippers. I've never done this before. And I started to put on my goggles, and my husband looks at me and he goes, no, Scotty, wait, you put that on when you get into the water. And soon as he said that, the little rebellious spirit came out in me, and I was like, huh. So I put on both my flippers, all my stuff, and I took the biggest steps I could with my flippers all the way down. I mean, I exaggerated every step, like sand flopping and flying everywhere. I was so happy to embarrass my husband so poorly. And all of the old people on the beach just turned and laughed. And I felt successful as a wife.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
But then I got mad because when we got to the water, she finally was in the water with flippers. And I said, okay, now let's put the goggles on. And so I'm like on our honeymoon, want to do this dream moment of snorkeling with my wife that I just married, newly married. And so she puts the goggles on that we rented, paid money for. She puts them on her face. She slams her face in the water for a second and comes out and she says, I can't do it. And I said, you didn't even try. And she's like, I can't do it. And so I got mad. I put my snorkel, my fins on, and I took off. And I just left her. Left her on the beach.
Oh my goodness.
I like that story. That's a couple story right there. You know, you could see pictures of that honeymoon and think it was beautiful and that they snorkel, but then you don't know behind the scenes
That's right.
what had happened.
I like it.
it. That is true marriage right there.
That was really spilling that tea. Good for him.
Hey guys, and also do not forget, if you have not heard Scotty and Keith's episode on marriage, you must. It is a must that you go back and listen to Monday's episode with them, because you will not be disappointed. Everyone needs to listen. So make sure after you turn this off, you go turn that one right on.
I'll go do that right now.
You're gonna do
Yeah,
right now?
me and my husband.
Oh, we're
gonna both listen to it.
Oh, okay.
I'm also going to make my husband listen to it while I edit it. So.
For sure. I like it. We're
He's
all
gonna
making
hear
our
it
husbands listen.
lots.
It's happening
Yeah.
all over the world. It's going to happen, Keith and Scotty. Well, we love you guys. Thank you so much for being on both episodes. And until next time,
Go spill some tea.
Toodles.
noodles.
Did you say noodles?
Okay, friends, if you have enjoyed this episode as much as we have, please help us spread the word on Facebook and Instagram.
If you didn't know yet, Instagram is where all the fun is at. From dance reels on Wednesdays to spiritual encouragement and laugh out loud posts in between, there is something for everyone.
And last but certainly not least, if you could take a moment right now to stop what you're doing and give us a rating and review, even subscribe to our podcast, this seriously helps other people find us who wouldn't be able to otherwise. Thank you so much for your love and support. We hope you'll tune in next week.